Hello, everybody. This is Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films. And that was a home movie made in 1956, purportedly, but maybe 1957, where they made a backyard pool. And this is when you couldn't buy like those big fiberglass preformed pools. You would like actually dig a hole and cover it in cement and then cover it again and then try to patch it up. As you notice, the water was nasty. Oh well. And I don't even know, who knows if they even had access to chlorine or if they use chlorine at all to clean it. It might just be that it just gets scummy. Anyways, yeah. So I'm not at the archive, obviously. We have started the construction process, and it's probably going to be long and forever. So it's a situation where we don't know if we'll have power, if we have internet, or if there'll just be loud hammering and sawing. So I'm at my house, outside in the front yard next to the road where somebody doesn't have a muffler or has a muffler that's very loud. And so you'll hear car noises. But it's so nice outside that I figured, hey, I should take advantage of it. So anyways, we're going to get started off. I've been working with a lot of Prelinger films recently, and so you're going to see some old Prelinger films. Some that you might have seen on Mystery Science Theater, and some you've maybe never seen before. This is Just a Spark from our good friends Jam Handy. Enjoy.
Pierre.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Hey, you look worried.
Oh, Mr. Smith, my wife Marie, she's more sick than ever.
You better get a doctor, Pierre.
I wanted to, but she's so scared. She say, no, don't get the doctor.
Well, if she's that sick, I wouldn't pay any attention to her.
You mean you'd get the doctor anyway?
Sure, don't take any chances, young fella.
You must bring the doctor.
Elkill calling Montom Tower.
Elkill calling Montom Tower.
Go ahead, Elkill. I can see a smoke southwest of your tower. Stand by.
Elkill calling Mile headquarters. Elkill calling Mile headquarters.
Mayo headquarters standing by. Go ahead.
Reporting smoke in northeast and northeast quarter section 1826-2. Montom's reading 218. LQL reading 133.
All right, I have it.
Okay, LKL. Warden has information. Report further developments. Mayo headquarters standing by.
Get me 6F12.
Yes, Mr. Hamilton. Yes, sir. I'll have 100 boys over there right away. On the back trail. Yes, by Dupree's. Joe, there's a fire down the valley. Get 100 boys organized and get down there at once. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll have a tractor there in 15 minutes.
Yes, it's a big truck. All right, yes.
Did you hear that? Come on, let's go.
Come on, boys. There's a fire over in section 1826-2.
Fire, Doctor!
Oh, Jam Handy. So that is a promotional film for, excuse me, Chevrolet and General Motors in general. And Jam Handy, their company made many of these films. And they were designed to be shown in theaters or kind of to general audiences. And the idea was that this was one of the short subjects that would be shown before the feature film, along with a newsreel and a cartoon. And it provided enough dramatic interest or information that it wasn't just a blatant ad for Chevrolet, that it did have this other aspect to it. And this is easily one of the most dramatic ones I've seen, with very little dialogue and a horrible French accent. But interesting nonetheless. And we'll be watching some more of these early Jam Handy films. They're so great. Okay, now we're going to shift gears a little bit. Centron is another amazing film company, and they made a lot of educational films, but they did make some sponsored films as well. I think actually they did do one for Ford called Gates and Fences, maybe. But they also did, of course, stuff for Caterpillar, promotional films and safety films. But this is part of their series that was, it's one of these wonderful things where it's an open-ended film. So you watch it, and then supposedly the class is supposed to discuss what to do. And what's interesting about these films is that adults don't really participate in it. Like it's up to the kids to self-police and figure out how they're going to treat this situation. And so this one, I've shown ones in the past. I've shown The Outsider, which is really great, The Bully. This is The Troublemaker. Enjoy.
I don't think we have to worry about it, though. If Dean can hit Andy with a couple passes, we'll be in. Yeah, good work. All right. Hey, you guys want to hear something?
That depends on what it is.
Well, this is too good to keep. The other night I was out with Susan Harper.
Susan?
Yeah. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. You're not going steady with her, are you? No. Oh, well, in that case, I'm staying home from the library.
Susan said that?
Yeah, that's what she said. No kidding.
No.
Yeah. Hey, there's Bill.
Well, I got to take it easy, guys. See you back later.
I think he's just bragging. I doubt if he even had a date with Susan. Mel's the kind of guy who'd say anything to get some attention. See you, Frank.
This looks pretty good. Why don't we stay right here, Susan?
Fine. Let's see. I'll ask you some questions from the end of the chapter. Then you can ask me some.
Okay.
Ready? Why is force a vector quantity?
Because it has both magnitude and direction.
That's right. Now, what instrument is normally used for measuring force? That's the next question, Dean. What instrument is normally used for measuring force?
Susan, did you go out with Mel Stone?
Why, no. Why?
I just wondered.
He gave me a ride home from the library the other night. That's all. I don't like him very much. He kept telling me about all the girls he'd been out with. Here, I think you better ask me the questions for a while.
Okay. Let's see. Well, here's one. Why don't you give me Newton's first law?
Oh, I hope I can remember that.
Page 80.
You know you're boning up on the wrong thing, don't you?
The test covers pages 70 to 80. That's what Miss Adams told us.
Yeah, I know. That's what she told everybody. But I took the test second hour this morning. I can tell you what the questions really are.
I suppose the honor system applies to everybody but you and me.
Okay, I was just trying to do a friend a favor.
Excuse me. I see Marilyn, and I want to give her back the pen I borrowed. Bye, Dean.
Bye, Susan.
Boy, she sure is a nice-looking girl.
She's nice, period.
Oh, hey, Dean? Hey, Dean? How's football practice coming?
We keep at it.
Yeah, I was watching scrimmage the other day. You look real good. You know that long pass you threw? How long was that? 35 yards?
I don't know. It might have been.
Yeah, it might have been if Andy caught us. You know, I'm crazy about football. I always have been. I used to play it all the time when I was little. Only thing, I stayed little. But, you know, I never got over liking it. I'll bet I know those plays as well as you guys do. I mean, I watch them that close.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's how come I can spot it when somebody's not doing his job, like Andy not catching that pass. I wonder if the coach knows Andy's breaking training.
What you say?
Yeah, I thought you'd be interested. I thought you'd like to know where the foul-out is, because you can't win that game with East High by yourself, and Andy's letting you down.
Listen, Mel, you start spreading guff like that around, and I'll personally shut you up.
It's not guff. It's true. The other night at 10:30, I saw him walking down Jefferson Street, and he's supposed to be in bed at 10. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was the night I took Susan home from the library. Ask her if you don't believe me. How I was coming back from taking her home when I saw it. I think somebody ought to tell the coach, don't you?
I told you, if you start spreading anything against Andy...
Well, why should I tell the coach anything? It's your team.
Oh, forget it.
Okay, suit yourself. I still think you ought to tell him.
Go, gang. Put one. Put two.
Take it easy, Andy. We'll get it next time.
Okay.
A rough one today, or was it a rough one?
Well, I guess.
You start this yet?
No, I think I'll start tomorrow.
See you, Dean.
Andy.
Okay, gang.
Bye, Andy.
Say, Andy,
Yeah?
have you been staying up late at night or something?
Who told you?
Nobody has to tell me your timing's all off. You act like you're all tired out or something.
I get plenty of sleep.
Andy?
Look, Dean, I wasn't actually lying to you. I've got to do this. Believe me, I've got to.
I don't get it. You know how important that game is, and you know what the training rules are.
You bet I know how important that game is. And that's why I've been out walking late at night when nobody could see me. But I didn't lie. I get plenty of sleep. I take a nap every night right after supper before I start studying. I just go out for a walk just before I go to bed.
But why?
That bad knee. In the last game, I got it twisted. Just a little bit. But you know what the coach said. If it ever bothered me again, I was through. I just couldn't let him or anybody see me exercising it. I've had to do the work on my own.
Andy, you might be hurting yourself. I think you better tell the team doctor.
And get sidelined? No, sir. I know what I'm doing. Tomorrow's my last game, and I intend to play in it. The walking I've been doing's working. That knee's a lot better than it was 3 days ago.
I still don't like it. I wish you'd tell the coach or the doctor.
I'll be all right, Dean. Don't worry about me. You'd better worry about getting home and getting some sleep yourself. You didn't have a nap after supper.
Wouldn't you know it? Mel Stone.
You think he saw us?
I think he saw us. Third down on the 47-yard line.
My, our All-American boys are getting clobbered.
Pass interception and touchdown for East High by 6. The kick was no good.
Come on, gang, let's go!
First and 10 on the 35-yard line. The ball carrier is working, number 11.
It's Andy. He's hurt.
Get up, Andy!
The injured player is Andy McGuire.
Come on, gang, get with it. Come on, you guys. Quit looking. You're not hurt. Let's play ball.
Is he hurt or just tired? I may have to ask that little question at the dance tonight.
Golly, everybody's sort of quiet tonight. I guess they're tired after the game.
Susan, you can't have much of a victory celebration without a victory.
Don't feel badly. We all knew they were going to be tough. I just hope Andy isn't hurt seriously. Uh-oh, look who's coming.
Oh, why so glum, football hero? You didn't actually expect to win against guys who stick to training, did you?
Mel.
That's right, Susan. You don't know about Dean and Andy, do you?
I know they played a hard game against a team that was a lot bigger than they were.
Let it go, Susan. It doesn't matter.
Well, it does to me. You know what I think of you, Mel. I think you're just plain jealous of Dean and Andy. They're athletes, and they get along well in class. And everybody likes them. And you just can't stand that.
Boy, she's really sold on you, isn't she? I guess you didn't tell her where you were late last night. I guess she doesn't know why you played such a rotten game.
Dean? What's he talking about?
Why don't you get lost, Mel? What good is all this doing you anyway?
Yeah, the lady wants to know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to hear it.
Sure you do. You're just dying to hear it. As a matter of fact, everybody here is dying to hear it. Go ahead, make a speech, hero.
Please, Mel.
Are you going to speak up, Deanie boy, or shall I tell?
You're bothering us. Beat it. In almost every group you find him, the troublemaker, who hurts himself and the others around him. What makes a person like Mel act the way he does? Is the group ever at fault? How would you cope with someone like Mel in your group? Could you help him? What do you think?
I love that question mark goes. Wow, what a jerk! Mel is such a jerk, man. It's such a great film, though, and this whole series is really good because it features generally somebody acting out in different ways, and The Outsider is the one that I had, and it's about a girl who's very shy, and so it's not as disruptive to everyone around her, but it's actually really interesting because it's very compassionate. These scripts were written by a woman, Trudy Travis, who worked for Centron, and so she wrote many of these, and they all have some element of heart to them, and even offer maybe a sympathetic view to the troubled person. You kind of realize, like, oh, well, they're that way because of this other thing that they got going on. All right, what do we got? This one's from the Department of Defense, I think, or the War Department, I think is what they called them back in the day. This is food for fighters. Enjoy.
Guess I'm in. When do we eat? Well, what's your hurry? All you get now is beans.
Army food is no longer a matter of beans and guesswork. Since the last war, nutrition has become a science, and our Army Quartermaster Corps uses that science in planning Army meals. Food correctly used means fighting strength for our soldiers and better health for civilians. Scientists at food plants, at universities, and at the Quartermaster Corps' own subsistence laboratories in Chicago, study food for energy. The food weapons of our enemies are investigated. The Japanese are supposed to produce great fighting energy out of a handful of rice. This is the amount of rice one of our soldiers would have to eat to approach the energy in his own ration. The Nazis are supposed to have a Superman vitamin pill. The pill story is checked by Dr. Ansel Keys and his staff at the University of Minnesota. Vitamins and pills do not help pull weight, but vitamins do help the body use food. Only after eating actual food can a soldier pull more weight or push a bayonet harder. To discover what foods contain the right vitamins for fighting in various parts of the world, experiments are conducted in rooms where any climate can be imitated.
Holy smoke, they got us in the Sahara Desert.
In this heat, different foods are tried. What's lost in perspiration is measured. The answer to the vitamin question is not pills, but good food in plenty of variety, according to Dr. Keys.
If vitamins were missing from his food, a soldier might have to take concentrated vitamins. If he had vitamins but no food, he would still starve. The best way, naturally, is to supply vitamins in the food.
It is for this reason that the Army uses only vitamin-enriched flour in its bread.
Smells good, huh? If you lose your ovens, take a couple of barrels, cover them with clay, and bake your bread.
The Quartermaster Corps believes in supplying our men everywhere with an abundant variety of fresh food of the kind they like, cooked the way they like it. In this country, the job is comparatively simple. All Army cooks follow a standard menu prepared by nutritionists in Washington. Vegetables and fruits, milk and eggs are centrally purchased in vast quantities by Army officers and civilian experts. The pick of the country's fresh meat is bought, nearly a pound a day per soldier. The job of supply gets more difficult as 1 million men go overseas. for the Quartermaster Corps faces the problem of shipping space. So meat is deboned, saving 60% in bulk. Still more space is saved through dehydration. A greater variety of foods can now be shipped in this form. Only the water in them is removed to be replaced before cooking. Thus, one ship can carry the load of 10. For dehydration, every egg is examined. The yolks are separated from the whites and put through a dryer. Our soldiers on the other side of the world will be provided with breakfast omelets made of this pure yolk powder. Vegetables such as beets go through a new process which preserves color, taste, and vitamin content. While these amazing developments in food processing are now used principally for the Army, millions of civilians will be benefited after the war. For in the future, no household need be without vitamin-rich vegetables and fruits at any time. Dehydrated food is easy to keep. The Quartermaster Corps Laboratory has established this in exhaustive tests. Only water need be added. When cooked, it is often impossible to detect a difference in taste, and constant tests show practically no difference in vitamin content between the dehydrated and the untreated product. When a soldier is out in the field and away from camp cooks, he must carry his own rations. Pre-cooked meats for emergency rations were developed in the Army laboratory for this purpose. Here, too, emphasis is put on taste, as well as on the food value of the ration, which consists of a can of meat for each meal and a second unit containing concentrated soup, hardtack, coffee powder, and candy. Total weight, 3.5 pounds for 3 square meals a day. But specialized troops in mobile warfare need a still more compact ration. So the Army has developed the now famous K ration, the completely streamlined meal. Originally designed for paratroops, K proved ideal for tank busters, commandos, and all isolated units. Each package contains a balanced vitamin-rich meal. A day's ration weighs about 2 pounds. K was developed under Colonel Rowland A. Isker.
The object of the K ration is to provide the soldier with food under emergency. This ration, with its variations, is therefore adapted to all climatic conditions, from the tropics to the frigid zone.
Each item in K had to be super nutritious, but also appetizing. So each item was tested by Colonel Isker's Guinea Pig Lunch Club. Several recipes, for instance, were tried in picking a soybean biscuit.
This biscuit seems to meet specifications.
Pretty tasty biscuit.
You bake this biscuit on existing equipment.
With a few adjustments. How much soy is there in these?
About 1 part in 7. It's good eating.
Thus we find ways to use such highly nourishing staples as the soybean, which is easily produced in great plenty. The energies in this and other hitherto inefficiently used foods are unlocked for the world by chemists such as Dr. Julian of Illinois, a famous soy expert. Soy flour strengthens wheat flour, eggs, lard in the K ration breakfast biscuit. With this and other items in K, we are in the possession of new foods, new methods of preparation, which make mankind independent of distance and climate. These war foods are also bulwarks against famine and catastrophe. To produce them, we have a new industry. When the Army asked its suppliers to build this packaged food industry overnight, they didn't know they were getting K ready for Africa. A chewing gum company flung together a package assembly line out of bicycle chain. This company intends to make K a packaged meal business when peace comes. Millions of K rations. Each container has a tin of meat or cheese, the soy and other biscuits, a concentrated chocolate bar, fruit bar or dextrose candies, coffee, lemon or soup powder, instantly soluble in cold or hot water, cigarettes, and that American nerve tonic, chewing gum. And this amazing package requires no strategic material. Tests, such as the bubble test, sometimes uncover imperfections. For K cartons must be air and watertight, gas-proof, and seaworthy. With science at his service and the greatest food-producing country in the world backing him up, the American soldier, no matter where he may be, in the jungle, in the Arctic, in the desert, or in his home camp, can rightly consider himself the best-fed soldier in the world. And in the future, the war-born knowledge that has made him so, when spread over the world, can guarantee that no one on earth need suffer from malnutrition or from hunger.
So watching all those soldiers eat, I was like, I gotta make lunch. So I ran upstairs. I mean, that's one of the nice things is, like, I'm at home, so I can just go to my home fridge and get some food. Fascinating. So soy was an ingredient in K rations. How about that? All right. Here's another film. This is part of the, believe the Marriage for Moderns series, of which there's some amazing films there. And this one, and I'm guessing that these films were shown in college or prep school or high school, to women mostly. That's weird. There's a black cat just walked past. I don't know whose cat that is. They have a bell, though. Oh, okay. Sorry. Got distracted. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So this would have been shown in a family life class or home economics class. And you could major in home economics at many universities and colleges. And this is the type of film that would be shown, because this would be shown to the homemaker. And would talk about, like, here are the challenges to the modern marriage. And this one is called Jealousy. Enjoy.
Sorry I'm late.
Where have you been?
I was working late with Phil.
Why didn't you call me?
I did. I called you at 4:45, but there was no answer. And I got working and forgot.
You knew I had to go to the cleaners late this afternoon. So you tried to tell me you called me then.
Look, I tell you, I did call, and then I got involved. What's cutting into you anyway?
Just what did you get involved in? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, Phil and I are working out a little packaging problem. You see, we're trying to figure out a way to get a cap on a tube without using any metal so as to save money.
Where did all this take place?
Hey, let me ask you a little question. What's the idea of the third degree?
You know perfectly well what the idea is, and don't try to change the subject. I asked you where you were working.
Well, we couldn't very well work at the plant on our own stuff, so we went over to Mike's Grill.
Oh, that's great. I suppose you went up to her apartment afterwards. You had plenty of time.
Apartment? What are you talking about? You crazy? Don't you believe anything I tell you?
I don't believe you were working so hard at Mike's Grill that you couldn't even call me up. In fact, I don't believe you were working at all. Who were you really with? That little blonde secretary from the office?
Oh, look, we're going to get the jealous wife back now. I told you that I was working. I told you what I was working on. I told you where and with whom. Well, if you don't believe me, it's just too bad.
I've been watching you lately, noticing things. You come home late almost every night from the office. You sneak out to mail letters. You flirt with other girls everywhere you go, even on the street when I'm with you. How can I believe you?
Because you were in a couple of plays once doesn't mean that you have to dramatize everything. Look, you know how hard I've been working recently. Well, I have to work hard if I'm going to make a success of this thing. Now, please, try and be real.
I don't want to be reasonable. I just want to know what you've been doing lately.
Oh, you want a day-by-day account of everything that... What's the matter?
There! I knew it all the time. Lipstick! You deceitful liar. Who is she? Just tell me her name. That's all I want to know. Who is she? Just tell me her name.
But, darling, will you...
Don't try to lie your way out of this. You wolf.
Look, will you let me explain?
I don't want the lurid details. Just tell me her name. You might as well tell me.
All right. Since you want to know so bad, I will tell you. This is Lorraine Casey's lipstick, and it got on there when we were...
Just your speed. The cheapest woman in town. Why, she has a worse reputation than some of the women who go to her beauty shop. And everybody in town knows what they are.
Now, look, you've got Lorraine all wrong.
Oh.
We were working on...
How could he do it to me? Everybody in town will know about it. I wish I were dead. How could he even talk to her? I tried so hard to be a good wife. I put up with so much. His crabbing, his insults, his stupid temper. He never loved me. I was a fool. Lorraine Casey. I wonder, did people see them together? Oh, what can I do? I'm all alone again. I don't dare tell Mother and Dad. I'm too ashamed. Where can I go? That new boy who's playing John Wilkes. He liked me. I know he liked me. I could tell by the way he stared at me when he thought I wasn't looking. At the tryouts. He was real cute, too. Maybe... No. No, Carol James got the part I read for. They're probably dating already. It's Don. Sure. Calling to say he's sorry. I'll hang up on him. Hello?
Hello. Is Don there?
Oh, no. No, he isn't. Who is this?
This is Phil Pantek. When will he be back? I got the whole thing worked out.
What thing?
The problem we were working on. I figured out how we can do it.
Do what?
Fasten the cover on the tube. Didn't he tell you about it?
Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
Well, anyway, with this we can keep our unit cost down. Package the famous line of Lorraine Casey's world-renowned cosmetics in all plastic containers. Pretty terrific, huh? Of course, Don worked out most of the details of the session we had tonight.
Yes. Yes, you must have.
Well, do you know when he'll be back?
No, Well, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, well, tell him to call me right away, will you?
Yes, I will. Then it wasn't true. None of it. I'm so happy. It's all so wonderful. This was what he was trying to tell me, and I doubted him. I wouldn't even give him a chance. He really was working. And the lipstick smears. From Lorraine's lipstick, but not from her lips. Oh, what a fool I am. Don couldn't have touched her. Of course he couldn't. He's too straight, too decent. How could I have even thought about it for a minute? Because I'm not as honest, as fine as Don. After all, I was flirting with that new boy in the cast. Maybe that's why I twisted everything to make it seem that Don was bad. I wanted him to have the same thoughts I did. Then I got to believing he really did have them. Maybe it's not too late. He can't have gone far. Maybe I can find him, bring him back. I'll find him, I'm sure of it, and I'll bring him back. I'll make up for it. It's Don I want. I know it now. It was Don all the time, but I got mixed up. I wanted to be married, and I wanted to act, too. But I didn't want to do housework, and I didn't want to play small, unimportant parts. I've been looking old and tired, but it's not Don's fault. I was just fooling myself. Every other girl in the world must want a guy like him, and sooner or later he'll... After all, I couldn't blame him. Poor Don. Only find him. All the bad luck, Lorraine Casey. Now it's really my fault they're together. I pushed him into it. What do I do now? Shall I just go in as though nothing had happened? No, I can't. He might think I was spying on him. And that Casey woman, she might hear too much. She'd laugh me out of town. Oh, why did I get myself into this? This is sure mixed up. There he is, sitting with another woman, talking with her, when I want more than anything in the world to be with him. And he didn't even look for her. I drove him out of the house, and she just happened to show up. What will they do when he's finished eating? Where will they go? There's the Kit Kat down on Highway 15. And there's the Rumble Inn. And there's her apartment. There. I'm doing it again. I'm thinking all the bad things. All those nasty things that got me into this trouble. But how can I think of the other things? Please let me think of other things. He's my husband. He'll know I need him. He'll come home. By 10:30, he'll come home. I'm sure he will. He'll believe in us. He won't want anybody else. I'll never send him away again. Oh, he won't come. I must be crazy to think he'd come after all I said. And he doesn't know Phil called. Or does he? Wait a minute. Maybe he fixed it up with Phil. Maybe it was all a fake. No, I know it wasn't fake. I know it was just me, my imagination, building things up that didn't really exist. Real nasty, green-eyed jealousy. I want him to be just as he is. And I want to be like I am now, loving him and believing in him. I'm not so bad. I make mistakes sometimes. Stupid, silly mistakes. But please, I hope I won't ever make this one again. If I ever get another chance. But I won't. Oh, I can't stand it. Why did I...
It's me. Are you home?
Yes, darling, I'm here. I'm here.
Wow, the drama was high in that one. I feel pretty great about the last 2 days. I've been finding some high drama. Yesterday was the one about women in the workplace. And then today, the troublemaker and jealousy. It's really quite something. That woman, her brain was spinning out of control. It was so great. Anyways, Kevin, thank you so much for the $10 donation. He donated via the Super Thanks button for Yolk Bucket. Yolk Bucket. Hey, if you're in the area, next Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a live show. Not streaming show. I will be doing a streaming show, but I'll be showing 16mm films at the Alamo. Nightmares of a Clown, which I took and showed at the Fantastic Fest, excuse me, in Austin. And I've shown films from it here on the streaming show. But if you'd like to see it in person, we would love to see you. Also, anybody who sits in the front row gets a special prize because people don't like to sit in the front row. And the screen will not be that big. The image won't be that big. So... yeah, get some tickets, and thanks so much for watching today. I very much appreciate your eyeballs, and I hope you like this kind of newish format. I'll try to, when we can, I'll try to get back to the archive and scan some films live. But right now, it's too noisy over there. So, everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. Everybody take care. And thank you again. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. We'll see you.